Um, 4th of December 2014. It's 4 past 10 London time. Good morning, my name is Piotr. Let's start our live trading room. Let's start our mini trading marathon today. Guys, first quick risk warning. Alright, so please bear in mind that all our services, websites, FX Advisor, live trading room, all of them have educational purpose only. Trading FX and margin carries a high level of risk and may not be suitable for all investors, so you can sustain a loss of some or even more than your initial investment. So please do not invest the money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay guys, it's quite possible that's gonna be a big day today, especially because of the ECB and Mario Draghi press conference. Before that, we've got Bank of England as well. All right, at 12 London time, so we got like 2 hours. Okay. Then 45 minutes after Bank of England, we are going to have ECB, and again 45 minutes later we are going to have the press conference. At the same time, when Mr. Mario Draghi will start his appearance, we are going to have unemployment claims out of US. Right, and that's the first part. I would say. And the second part is gonna be Friday. Non-farm payrolls out of US, the Canadian job market as well tomorrow. Yesterday, just 1 second. Yesterday, the ADP report was weaker than expectation, but anyway was solid, right? Then during the late US session, beige book was quite strong, and yes, I mentioned in my comment, I was looking to sell around 119.60, 119.80 US dollar JPY. I did it at 82 before the late US data, but 2 reasons: the data was good, there was no pullback, so I decided to exit. Actually, 1 pip better than entry. There was no reason to hold it overnight. As I thought that we are going to wake up today around 120.50 or higher, and I'm quite surprised that we are still below 120, right, guys? We are still below 120, so that's gonna be interesting as well. Very strong close on S&P 500, but I'm quite bearish there. Okay. In regards to the relation, guys, let's have short discussion. Of course, we'll expand it closer to the ECB rate decision. But some of you guys are first or second time. We are doing ECB coverage from March or April. Actually, we're doing quite well. If we don't have the setup we planned before, then we are staying aside for a while. We are waiting for the settlement. We are waiting for 15-20 minutes during the Draghi press conference, right? And again, if there is nothing on the market, we have planned, then we are staying flat. doing nothing, right? And actually we did well last few times during the ECB live coverage. To be honest with you, last time most probably we finished as far as I remember, but also we've had three good ECB meetings in a row with very positive return. Okay. Now, in regards to ECB, what I'm always saying, as long as this type of the correlation works, then we should use this type of the correlation. What I mean by that, if we are going to see at some point FX market is going to be disappointed by Draghi, right? If we are going to see strong rally on euro dollar, right? Some profit taking from long dollar positions. That could be also the opportunity to try to sell short DAX, because if market is gonna other words, if Draghi will disappoint, right, means that nothing extraordinary, no more addiction, right, no more mention about super measures, super quantitative easing and stuff like this, then of course euro might be a bit stronger, and the addicted bulls on DAX might be disappointed as well, and we may see some sell-off on DAX, right? So like opposite correlation, euro dollar up, most probably DAX down, right? That's my opinion. All right, but before that happens, we are going to have Bank of England rate decision, and because of our last meeting, I've got slightly different platform here today. I'm not working from my desktop, so but there doesn't matter, right? Actually, even better with that clean view. So, what we are going to focus today on, I would say, pound crosses. So let's try to regroup it. One moment. Okay, USA. Let's do it that way. So euro, pound here, then indices. Yeah, we should. All right. Simply we are gonna, what we're gonna do, okay, euro dollar, here we are going to have euro JPY, and let's say euro pound USD, pound yen, where are you? Oh, holy Maloney. Alright, then dollar yen here, then gold, here, crude, DAX, and crude, and we are fine right now. Sorry about that, right? We got it. All right, guys. So I would say let's start with a few pound crosses. All right. Any first, any questions, especially from the from people who are first time or second time with us? No question. All right. Let's try to make this from the beginning on pound USD. All right. That's the weekly chart. So actually, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? All right. Last week high, we got it. This week open and the low. All we have to do, sorry guys, all we have to do to change the color to blue one, right? As weekly chart, so blue color. So one more time, the low, right? What else, guys? This week open, last week high, all right? We can also try this. Previously demand, now supply, right? Demand, and after the breakdown, supply. What else, guys? What else would you like to have here on this weekly chart? All right. Where is it? That was the weakness. Goodies. Guys, look how it works right now. Look how it works right now. Can you see? That should be visible demand. We went through this level and one, two, we've tried twice already. That's the third week we are trying to move above 57.32. But guys, important thing, that's the weekly chart. So tomorrow late afternoon is gonna be quite important, right? So we are talking about this sign of the weakness here. So after such a strong rally, one could expect that level gonna hold. Nothing like this has happened. Nothing like this happened. Okay, guys, what else would you like to have here? Come on. A bit tricky. 2 points, but a bit tricky. I would say the second one is more important. This one, right, is in my opinion related to this one. But let's put some rectangles. All right. Let's put some rectangles and we'll know. Let's try to have it that way. And we didn't quite test it. So it's not that tricky. So means, alright, because what I thought that this pullback here, we tested the zone, but we didn't. We didn't, right? So in that case, I would look for this one as well, guys, or I will move my rectangle here, because from here we took out those two or those three supplies levels. All right, from here, because we with this original move. So that's why I thought that it's from here, but we didn't test. It wasn't test. It's simply we stopped higher. We find new demand here, right? And the whole move through this supply was from here. So what I'm gonna do is to move my rectangle. All right. Now, guys, you know that the plenty of different schools how to draw zones. I like to have, if we are talking about the demand zone, right? If we are talking about the demand zone, you know, guys, that I like to have the body here and the wicks here. But looks like market reacted already on the wicks here, so I'm gonna show you that we tested the zone already, but I'm gonna put my way. Means that we still got the room to go lower. For those who are with me longer, on my chart, right? When I'm on my desktop, we do have the zone in place, right? So just to show you what we have and why we have it here. All right, any questions? Anything else here on weekly? Yeah, not a problem at all. There is a question to put the line on the second one as well, just to have it in place. All right. Yeah, do you know, guys, that's related to this point, all right, the line. It's not a problem at all. Most probably we are not gonna reach this level today. Anything else in regards to weekly chart? Let's switch to daily. All right. What do we need here? Guys, if there is a blue line already in place, then we don't need to place any green. Green means daily, right? So what we have to have on this chart based on daily time frame. Come on. All right, let me ask on the beginning, let me ask different way. Where bulls are gonna be in real trouble based on daily chart? Bears, where bears are gonna be in real trouble. What has to happen? All right, let me show you. Monday, we made a lower low here from here, right? And that was the previous move lower, right? So move through 59, 59.40, that could be problem for bears. So let's put, okay, guys, we discussed it plenty of times, these things. That is simple word, simple uptrend or downtrend definition. Let's call it AB. Try not to think about the correction ABCD. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Just to avoid any confusion. One, two, three, four. So move from 3 to 4 through the support at 2, right? Just confirmed what? What is the resistance right now? What is the valid resistance? Not 3. It's the 1. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the valid level. That's where we may see some kind of spike, for example. I would put only like this, not like this. The bottom here of this rectangle, we've got the weekly resistance line. I will put at the very top for now. Does make sense? Hello? Does make sense? All right. What else here on daily? Guys, we may put within the weekly zone drop. We went higher through this supply. So we've got something inside the weekly zone right here on daily. Does it make sense? All right. What else, guys? What else you need here on the chart? That's correct. Just one second. Let me zoom it in. That's correct. Okay. We have to focus on daily high open. Here we've got basically weekly lines. That's what I have in the comments, so we don't have to put anything, but we have to have in mind that those levels are valid also on daily, not only on weekly. Great. Anything else here? That should be fine. Let's go lower. So now we are on hourly chart. And that tricky thing here, mostly because of that move. Here we thought we do have the breakout of the range. We failed. We get back lower and we took out some stops. We made new low here, right? Is that correct? Correct. We can try to adjust a bit. What we may try in that case, what we may try to do is to create, it's tricky again, create some kind of that way no, it's a tricky, some kind of the megaphone, but it's mostly because of this type of the move. We should be able to create the megaphone, and that's gonna be the best, most probably. Yeah, we made the high and we made the low. Is it something like this? The bottom is not correct. Bottom is not correct for me. But anyway, it looks like it could be related to the weekly zone. Let's have those lines here. Guys, basically here on hourly chart, what else? Yeah, that's a good one. We have, with the comments, yes, good. Guys, we do have we do have this Riley based, this drop, right? But this zone, I have the answer with the comment, is related to this base. Let's zoom out. And zoom in again, and let's adjust. All right. So guys, now taking this move into the consideration, right? The last piece of the puzzle, or last piece of supply, most probably is done, right? So in case we are going to see dollar weakness, so that's the target, the weekly zone, the daily zone, that's the target. Right? In case of pound weakness, based on this move, if we want to continue to the downside, we had a drop, we had the base, right? We had a base done by this pullback, and with this move we cancel all those supply levels, right? So sorry, not in case of pound weakness, in case of dollar weakness. So we are ready to see the rally, right? Now, in case of pound weakness, this move took out eventually all the demand here. We're trying to create some kind of the triangle here. All right, and we should soon we should see the market reaction, or any kind of the action. To the downside, it's a little bit tricky, right? To the upside, as we discussed, that the zone on daily chart, so it's quite good distance. the downside, we've got two levels based on the weekly chart. We've got this weekly zone and we've got this daily zone inside the weekly zone. Right? So this type of the breakdown, if we are going to see the breakdown first, that could be very tricky. Now basically guys, you should know why here on hourly chart basically we've got the chance to breakout. The chances for breakout or break to the upside are slightly bigger. Why? Because even if we are going to see the move down with break or without the breakout, that's gonna be third touch, we should see the bounce. And we do have 3 touches already at the upper line. So basically we're ready to see the rally here. The best would be to see the stop hunting somewhere here, like this, alright? That's what we may see here. Okay? So let's have a look on a smaller time frame. Anything here would you like to add? Basically still within that triangle, so I would leave it as it is, guys. And then we have to watch out the action around the Bank of England rate decision. Right? That's weekly pound yen, and we did it during the workshop. All right, guys. That's the base. That's the zone. Remember? Yep. That's the last demand zone. Okay. Drop base right. Okay. Now here We can try place the line, and as you can see, guys, we are in a very interesting place on pound yen on weekly chart. Right? Anything on daily? Anything you would like to add here on weekly? So right now we are on daily chart. What do we need here on daily chart from our intraday perspective? Today is open. Yeah, could be useful. Tuesday high, Wednesday open. It's Tuesday close as well. And the breakout here, right? Is that correct? So watch out this weekly line. Let's try to zoom out. Let's try to check how the line looks like on this daily chart. If we can adjust something a bit on daily, we should be able to adjust a bit. But let's leave it as it is based on the weekly. So we are very actually basically on the weekly line. That was the demand line, right? After the breakdown, every time we get back to the line, pull back, pull back. Are we gonna see pullback this time? We'll see. Zoom in. Zoom in. Let's have a look if we can add something else here. All right. Very steep. Let's check if we can do it that way. Yeah. All right. Let's see if we can have some kind of the channel here. And the top of the channel is within the supply zone on weekly. That's gonna be very interesting today. And basically, guys, we discussed that there is a possible breakout on pound USD, so pound yen could follow towards the supply zone here on weekly. That's gonna be very, very interesting, guys, here. One hour. Basically, all we have based on daily and weekly are valid here on hourly chart, guys. Okay. Guys, let's have short break, right? After the break, we will go through Euro, Pound, Swiss franc. So then we are going to have Bank of England rate decision, and then we will start. With Euro cross, right? So let's make 10 minutes break. All right, I'll be back at 11 London time. Cheers. Right, guys, I'm back. So let's try to check Euro Pound. And basically here we can start with monthly chart, right? Let's place a few lines. We were discussing them already, so that's easy. That's the drop, lower high, lower low, so I use those 2 points, right, to create the line. Then we can also have this type of the line, right? And as it was Riley based, that's the level where we are fighting already 5 or 6 months, right? That was the Riley. We took out some supply, we based, and we took out with another Riley another supply. Okay, let's zoom it in. What we can place here, guys? that where market showed the strength last time. That's okay. Now guys, the thing is, we discussed it a few times already, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We are trying to hold this line. What we may see, the breakdown here could push us towards towards 72. Let's zoom out by 1 notch. Right. Where market showed a weakness last time? So look guys, basically the important thing here is that the monthly chart is not going to happen today. But if we are going to break through this demand line, so then we've got this kind of the confluence here around 72, 71.80. Okay, so that's going to be quite significant level, and that's the place where we saw the weakness last time. Okay. What else can we add here? It's beginning of the month, so yeah, let's switch to weekly. And what we have here? All right. The trend line, as we made, low, lower high, lower low, right? Can we create a downward channel? Let's try. Bam, yes, we can. All right. As I mentioned a few times, guys, if you have channel, right, even if it, anyway, it doesn't look like we got some kind of the flag, doesn't matter. But what you can do, you can always use your imagination and create some kind of the flag, right? The thing is that we are trying to move through the upper line of this channel. Unfortunately, bears were not able to push it higher. And right above this blue line, we've got the monthly where market showed the trend last time. So looks like the area around 79, the weekly open. That could be quite good supply level. What we may see Again, most probably not gonna happen very quickly as it's the weekly chart. If we are gonna extend the channel, right, what we may see the breakdown, weekly close below that monthly line here, but weekly close below at the bottom of the channel, then we may see within the week or two, I don't know, possible recovery, but under the broken monthly line toward the top weekly channel, and from here, from 75, the way towards the low, the bottom of this line on monthly, is gonna be open. So the move and close like this, that's gonna be significant development. Then we have to wait for pullback and for continuation to the downside. And of course the scenario, this bearish scenario, is gonna be cancelled once we are above, once we are going to break the upper line of this channel. Okay. Daily chart. I think the best is to create this type of the rectangle. Yesterday during the Polish live trading, I mentioned that move back towards 79.10 could be used as selling opportunity, but anyway we have to be careful about this range as of now. There is a possibility that after Bank of England, after ECB, we are going to have some nice developments. But guys, be careful within this rectangle. We are within the range since beginning of September. Okay. And here intraday, have a look if we made lower low. Oh no. That's how it looks. And basically intraday we are approaching this intraday demand zone. Okay. And also previously it was like this type of consolidation, so it was the breakout of this consolidation from here, right? During yesterday Polish live trading room, there was a we've had a discussion. Some guys went long with tiny stop. I mentioned that I do prefer selling rallies. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any rallies to go short. Right. And the last thing is that we are trying to hold we are trying to hold this base. We went higher, we took out the supply to the left side. So the consolidation here, the base here, they are not fresh, they are all related into that base. Okay. So what can we expect today? It's most probably it's all about Mr. Draghi. Bank of England most probably are gonna be as non-event. Right. Let me have a look if we have. Just 1 second. If we have any statement, if we can expect any statement today. Yeah, but the time is tentative, so we don't know exact time, but we do have rate statement in calendar. We'll see. Yes, true. The bears got a lot of work to do through all those zones, through this line based on a daily chart, right, towards the bottom of the channel on weekly. And right now, if we check, so we've got the same distance to the downside like to the upside. So no man's land based on the weekly chart. Pound Swiss franc. What we have it here, we do have some kind of the decision zone here on monthly chart. Where we decided to take the low, it's here. And we are testing the zone. We're trying to, last month most probably, we're trying to sell some pound Swiss franc. As far as I remember, was quite okay. One was stop at break even at entry, and one was with profit, as far as I remember. So that's quite significant level here. Let's zoom in. All right. Basically, we've tested in May 2012 this zone. We retested earlier this year, right? So what we can have here on the charts, you have to place the line to avoid where the bulls have to be extremely careful to avoid the confirmation move below 40, right? Would confirm this supply, and we may see the fall again towards 131 here on monthly chart, right? Most probably, basically, I'm quite positive on in regards to this cross. I do think that sometimes next year we will go through, all right, and we will go towards 175. Around 10%, yeah. Because of the Swiss National Bank peg, Euro Swiss 120. Right, and basically we've got quite good chances that euro will continue to go lower, hence Swiss franc as well, because I do believe Swiss National Bank is able to hold this 120. They may even try to lift this peg higher. The only way the 120 could be under the huge pressure, there should be, I don't know, some kind of another big crisis. And even if I do expect bigger correction on the stocks, I don't expect that the stocks will collapse. Simply we are going to have the correction, nothing else. But it may easily change if something happens within the euro, or if we are going to have the crisis on the oil market, or if any kind of the if the world will not be able to find a solution for Ukraine or stuff like this. So that's few things which could spur the demand for Swiss franc. And guys, what is important, that every time we saw the lower levels toward 150, there was some kind demand visible here, and even if we closed last month lower, the December started quite positive, and as long as we are above those levels here, right, that should be positive for bulls here. What is important to remember here is that the monthly chart, so we may see some break to the downside, but a month we should close the month above 49.50, 150. All right, weekly. Anything here we should be aware of on weekly? I would put this rectangle here to have the consolidation, visible consolidation, and I do believe once we are gonna break out through this consolidation, so 160 gonna be next target, right? Of course, that's gonna be bumpy road and up and down, up and down. Most probably are not gonna go straight. Daily similar consolidation time. So there is nothing nothing to be worried about in regards to higher time frames, right? But in regards to lower time frames, as I'm going to show you, we've got some space towards 155, so around 2 figures from here, right? So if we are going to see euro weakness after Draghi press conference, we may want to try to find the place to buy pound Swiss as well. And as of now, it's unfortunately around 1 figure lower, 50 to 15 more or less. So let's place the demand zone here, right? Let's try to zoom it out to see where we are. And we do have something here. Let's have a look. Intraday, why is here? That's the decision point. That's the decision point to break down from this consolidation. So the decision point was here. Right, so intraday we just hit supply level, guys. Okay. So that's the possible target. The only thing, if you are thinking, just 1 second, guys. I got some problem. If you are thinking about the shorting, you have to simply make the calculation of the entry to stop, right? And if it's a 1, 2, I don't think it's a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. So that's 60 pips, and that's 130. Should be 180, right? So basically, this is not the zone you want to trade. If you are a bear and you want to trade short side, so wait for any type of the spike, maybe lower high, right, on smaller time frame, go lower even to 5-minute chart, and if you can trade with 20-25 pips stop to the downside from here, right, that could make sense if you are a bear. But trading from here with the working order and stop above here, that's 60 plus spread, or 60 something, because you have to give 2-3 pips room plus spread, right? So no way you've got 1 to 3 towards the first demand zone. Okay. So basically, pretty much that's it in regards to pound crosses. All right. So we are done with pound crosses. So we can switch to other crosses. We know what we have to look for. On pound, let's have the same the same time frame everywhere. Okay. Guys, two words about the gold. As I mentioned in my comment yesterday, around 1190, that's quite important and significant levels. There you go. Yes, we discussed it during the workshop as well. Exactly. So that's the zone. That's our potential megaphone. Yes, as we discussed it, I did it yesterday evening. Okay, I did it yesterday evening. I mentioned that as long as I've got some connection problems, guys. Right. As long as we are holding here, we've got the chance to close above this level and go higher towards 1275, right? But I also mentioned during our workshop that because of this 1, 2, break 3, I'm gonna look for selling opportunity, right? And I did it yesterday. That was that was easy to achieve 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. I took it even more, right? I mentioned during the workshop. Also mentioned we've got a few Polish students today. During our live training room yesterday, I mentioned that the move back toward the top of this megaphone I'm gonna use to open the short position. I did it and my stop was quite okay, so I took 1 to 4 risk reward and I'm already out. I'm waiting for ECB rate decision. And also I mentioned that for me it's more that we are gonna see new lows as of now, as long as we are below 1215. So even if we are trying to hold this, basically for this type of the formation, right, as long as we are above this level, we've got quite a good chance to go higher. And I mentioned that we need to close above this one. And for me, this type of the action, when the number 3 was the false breakout because we get back, right? So it's even possible we are gonna see this lower high supply, we hit supply, bam. Yes, exactly. This supply is not confirmed because we didn't go through the demand here, right? But that's the supply. It's simply not confirmed. So selling here was supported by this type of the action. Number 3, stop, move back, and risky, but if you can risk, okay, let me show you bigger. If you see, we were discussing, right? One of the option was rising candle and supply taking over. The second, if you into the supply, right? When you are approaching the supply, when you can manipulate the market, when you can scare the sellers at some point, right? The best way, because there was a plenty of sellers most probably here, and most probably the market makers were trying, their plan was to short it here as well. So if we didn't approach this supply with small candle where the next one is taking over, so when I saw this big candle with this supply here, right, that was obvious short for me. That was obvious short for me, and there was like around the dollar with spread the stop, right? So selling 12 13, having the stop 12 13 50, 12 14 15. I was done at 1209 or 08, right? We are 1202 right now. Okay. Yeah, you have to know when you can take the risk, right? What I mean by that, um, mm, what I mean by that, how to explain the best way? It's what we always discussing. That's one of the best approach, right? You have to have 2 points to create any type of the line, and at the third point you can expect that the market will react, right? And the best way is when you see the stop hunting like we've seen here. Pullback. That was the visible supply. Otherwise, if that was true breakout, right? Why we didn't continue higher and then make the pullback, hold, continue, right? So that's where I knew it. I'm gonna to risk. Yes, it was possible to risk here as well. Yes. on the failure. Well done, Thomas. And the move back, very tiny consolidation, and we didn't go higher. So that was yeah, well done. Why we have false breakouts or breakdowns like this? The spike here because we took out some stops, but then demand was simply was not enough to push the prices higher, right? And the move down here showed that it's possible that supply will take over, and supply took over. So with this type of the tight stop, it's another place where you have to take the risk sometimes. The market proved that you were right, but here markets show you that it's possible to take the risk. Okay. So with gold right now, in my opinion, we are, of course I'm gonna follow the chart, but in my opinion, basically that was the top. We are going to retest here, and how all the action all depends. Sorry. All depends what's gonna happen around 1190, 1195. Okay. And yes, in my opinion, breaking and closing below that level, we are going to the bottom of this megaphone formation, means that we are going to see new low. Okay. Okay, guys, we're done with gold. It's slowly time for euro, but first we want to see Bank of England rate decision and the market reaction. It's gonna take like 5-10 minutes, and we will know if anything happened before the ECB. Most probably no. Then we will switch to euro crosses. All right, guys. So we've got 15 minutes to Bank of England rate decision. I'll be back in 10, 5 minutes before. All right. Alright guys, we got like 5 minutes to Bank of England rate decision. In the meantime, guys, here is the link to Bank of England preview and most important ECB preview prepared by Ranscope, so you can watch it on YouTube. Here is the link. Okay. 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes for us. In the meantime, I'm going through new services to see. Also, the expectation that the ECB staff projection out at the same time is gonna be cut in GDP and inflation expectations. So. What is important, guys, that remember ECB made few modifications into the 2015 in regards to their meetings, right? So the next meeting is quite a long period of time in regards to the next meeting. So if they want to win something today, they have to be extremely dovish, extremely dovish, just to buy more time into the next meeting. So that's gonna be interesting as well. So we have our pound chart. As of now, right, basically based on what we have discussed, I do prefer buying deep towards 56, 40, 50, right? At the bottom and at the false break here, right? Because the distance to the next supply level is bigger. And also buying around 56, it means also buying at the bottom of the range, and as long as it holds, we should be the buyers at the bottom. The question in regards to Bank of England is if Forbes joined McAfee and Will as a hawk. Unfortunately, we are going to know this at the Bank of England minutes announcement at 17th of December. Of course, Bank of England on hold, no change. And guys, here you have the link to Bank of England website. All right, and looks like it's not non-event, guys, as expected. We are doing nothing here right now. No action. No action. Let's watch a few more minutes, and we'll start to discuss Euro USD. So there is, yeah, guys, it's like 12 pips action after the Bank of England rate decision. So there is no action, not at all. Alright, so let's make it smaller. Let's give them a few more minutes. One more time, guys. Let's see if they are able to go below 56.50, 56.40, recover and hold. So what I'm looking for here, as it's gonna be third approach, I'm looking for false breakdown. All right. Quick recovery. So we are gonna have some base, right? We are going to have some base demand zone. So we are looking then for pullback and then for continuation to the upside. As of now, guys, as of now. The only thing in regards to pound, is this pound yen weekly huge supply level and few pips higher, few pips higher supply zone. You remember on higher time frame? That's the supply previous demand now supply line, and works fine as of now. Let's wait for more confirmation. So would you like to buy the pound? It might be versus USD or euro. Would you like to sell the pound? It might be versus yen. Right? Simply because of the levels. The trend is the trend, but once we hit long-term supply levels, we should see the reaction. We should see the reaction. All right, guys. So let's go. I've got pound dollar on the other chart, pound yen on the other chart. So no worries, guys. Here. Guys, euro dollar, we have to start with monthly, right? And we do know that we have this trend line. We do know we have this trend line. Right? We do know that we have this trend line. Right? Which is related to, just a second, to this one, right? So the reaction here, but huge reaction here, is related to this Riley base Riley, where we took out the supply, here, right? So anyway, we've got very nice potential demand zone here, right? In between 2260 as the monthly chart, so it's down to the lower red line, but anyway, still, okay. The only thing is here on monthly chart. Just 1 second, guys. Oops. The only thing is here on monthly chart, this type of the action, that could be long-term breakdown. You got me? Okay. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. All right. So basically, one more time, the next ECB meeting we've got quite some time, right? So they have to be extremely dovish today. They have to be extremely dovish today to push the prices lower. But we are very close. We are very close to demand based on the monthly chart. What we may see, and I'm gonna show you on small time frame. What we may see, right? We may see bounce out of 2260. So we may see strong move down right at the beginning of the Draghi press conference, followed up by strong profit taking, right? Because what we may see here is another rally before the breakdown. Okay? So basically, let's switch to weekly for a second. And let's zoom it out. We are very, what I'm trying to show you. It's not a fresh and original one, but still we do have around this monthly demand. We do have the weekly demand zone, right? Of course, it's related to this action, which is related to the previous one to the left. Okay? but it's very close right now, and we have to be extremely careful as we are approaching end of the year. As we are approaching end of the year, and we may see profit taking from here. I'm not saying that we are gonna change the trend as we discussed it during the workshop, right? But simply we may see another bounce which may be a bit bigger than some of us think. Right? So let's switch to daily chart. Right? And again, guys, this type of the action. Remember, basically the move through the point number 2, through this support, right? Activate not number 3 as a resistance, but activate number 1 as a resistance. I know that there is a plenty of free strategies you can find in the internet saying that if you have something like this, 1, 2, 3, right, by the break of the 2 with stop below 3. As I told you many times, guys, that's the best way to be stopped out. Why? Because market makers, liquidity providers, they will go through our stops, but they will respect the number 1 support or demand, whatever you want to call it. And then we've checked it not once, we've checked it not twice during our workshops, right? So right now we are on our daily chart. So what kind of the action we can expect in case of the rally after ECB? That's the new low here, and that's the last low. So guys, basically let's place potential supply on daily. Right, let's place potential supply on daily. Guys, I am not gonna be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised to see the potential action like this. Go towards 2260, 2240 with strong profit taking. And that's the, yes, that's true. So one more time, what we may see. So we are discussing the bullish scenario, all right? We are discussing bullish scenario, then we will discuss the bearish scenario. All right? So 122.60, 2240. Point number 1. Move down toward this demand on weekly, close to the buying level on monthly, right? Followed by strong rebound. And now, guys, everyone, why we can see something like this? Because every retail client will try to sell any bounce, right? Basically, based on the experience from last few ECBs, euro is going down. So why not this time? So once we are going to see move below 23 towards 2260, every little John will try to join sell side. Every small institution, every middle size hedge fund, they will try to chase the prices. Every black box, every algo, selling algo, all right? So there are going to be plenty of liquidity to the downside. So it means that if anyone needs to take the profit without huge change or big change in price, we'll have plenty of opportunities to do this here. And the truth is that if I'm saying that we may see the rally towards 2750, I'm not saying that it's gonna change anything. Simply healthy rally, and we are going to have great selling opportunity most probably here, or maybe a bit higher. So I'm not saying that in a medium or long term we are gonna change the direction. What I'm trying to show you is that simply any 500 pips rally or 450 pips rally start, let's say, today or tomorrow after non-farm payrolls is possible, and it will not change the market view to the downside based on what we have discussed, right? If that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can simply go through the last 25 where we had a problem, right? Because still the active level, in my opinion, is gonna be 2750, the supply zone. All right. So be careful and watch out the action around 2280, 2260, 2240. If you are a bull, so you don't want to chase the prices right now, you don't want to be in the market before the Draghi press conference, right? But what we have to remember about is that because of those changes they made, there is a quite long distance before the next ECB, and they have to be extremely dovish. And Mr. Draghi has to say few times that they will do whatever is needed. That's okay. That's the first reaction to the market we need from the bullish perspective, gonna be to the downside. That's still okay. They can mention about the corporate bonds buying, whatever. That's okay. That will push prices lower. We will discuss bearish scenario within a second. We are discussing possible bullish scenario, right? So in that case, in case of bullish scenario, of course, we are going to watch it on smaller time frame. What we want to see at some level, 2280, 2260, 2240, I don't know, but we have to see some kind of the accumulation, right? Maybe even some false breakdown through those kind of the accumulation period to invite more sellers, immediately followed by counter rally. So what we're gonna have like drop base rally. So we are going to have our demand zone, right, and a pullback toward the zone, and it may happen very quickly, right? So that's why we are going to watch we are watching this type of the event on a very small time frame. Okay. No, I do think that the rate decision announcement is gonna be non-event, or we may see some move to the downside. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, that could be. But I do expect bigger fireworks during the Mr. Draghi press conference. So that's the bullish scenario. Now, bearish scenario means that we will try to take the advantage of the possible 2260 target, right? Okay. So simply we have to go to the smaller time frame, in my opinion. First, let's try to zoom out and see if there is any danger based on any kind of the megaphone. And as far as I can see, no. We may only try to place, wait, that was a high, and we're trying to go, so what we may see, so that's the danger. Basically that's where we are right now, so we may see the false breakdown from here. Anyway, we have to get back to yesterday and the level where the market made decision that okay, we are going to make the breakdown and we are going lower. So the obvious supply zone right now if we want to narrow it, and it's better to narrow it during this type of the events, right? That's 2370, 2390. We do know that usually the market makers are moving in between 4050 or 8000, right? So from the low 20 to 90, if we are going to add around 80, it's gonna giving us 2370, and that's the decision point here from yesterday. That's the supply level. Right? So what I would like to see in that case is two attempts to hit this level, the supply zone here, right? To give me the possibility to go short in between 23.65, 85 with tight stop above the figure. If I'm gonna be short from 65, most probably my stop is not gonna be bigger than 30 pips towards 95. As I'm targeting 100 pips, I'm targeting 20 to 60, right? And I would like to have 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, as you know. Okay, so that's gonna be my my bearish scenario. All right. So guys, we've had the last one, we were flat most probably as far as I remember, but as you remember, we had 3 in a row. So let's continue, guys. We've got the bullish scenario. We know our supply levels as well. So there is you guys got plan to buy, you've got guys plan to sell, Plus, I'm gonna to tell you what I'm doing during this event. All right. So, guys, we ready? We've got 15 minutes to go. Let's make the final break, coffee break, water break, very quick lunch break, whatever you want. And I'll be back 5 minutes before the ECB rate announcement. All right, guys, let's have a look. What's gonna happen? We've got like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. In regards to pound, we were waiting for Bank of England rate decision, and we are looking. So let me show you the answer into the pound question. What we are looking for in regard to pound USD, we are looking for lower levels towards or below 56.40, followed by a stronger rebound. So we are going to have the demand level. It could also be that if we are talking about the demand level, that's the demand level already here in place, and we would like to see then the breakout. The breakout of this triangle here, and followed by 57.30 and 58 plus as a target. The only thing in regards to pound overall, what we have discussed here in regards to pound is the pound yen, the weekly chart, right? Basically we do have the supply zone around 190, and we just hit the supply level based on this trend line, right? We broke down through the trend line, and every time we were trying to get back into the trend line, there was a pullback. So that's the danger here, right? So once would you like to buy the pound, then try to buy the pound through USD or Euro. If you are looking at somehow to sell the pound, it could be good idea versus yen once we see some risk of sentiment on the market, right? Otherwise, there is no reason to sell the yen. That's gonna be the selling pound yen here. Of course, is a counter trend. It's a counter trend trade based on the on this stuff, but it's also with the trend. If you are going to take the all we can see here on the chart into the consideration. So G, hopefully that answers your question. Deposit facility unchanged at minus 0.2, marginal lending rate as expected 0.3, main refi rate unchanged at 0.05. So there we go. That's going to be non-event, or we are going to see break, marginal break to the downside, right? So what we would like to see this type of the action. So this action is going to create the demand zone on a very short term time frame. So then we want to use it as a buying opportunity. In regards to selling, we are waiting for 2 attempts to reach around at least 23.70. Okay, thanks for the answer. I thought that I lost the connection, but looks like it's okay. So now the guys will try to decide what they want to do. Guys, you know that I'm bearish, right? Long term on euro dollar, and we discussed it from 133, sorry, from 137, and from 139 where when we were selling first time euro during the ECB, and we did it well. Then when we were around 133.60, I told you that we will go at least towards 127. We went even lower, but this time is a little bit different. I wouldn't, guys, there is just, you know, I'm always prepared for both sides. It's not something that I'm waiting for one side only and I'm frozen when market is going completely opposite, right? We do have a plan to buy, we do have a plan to sell. Just confirm my plan with your plan and do and trade only if you feel, if you are comfortable with the trade you want to take, right? If the question, I got the question here, what's gonna happen if we are going to break through 23 and we will go lower? Is it possible to join somehow? Guys, we've got both plans to buy and to sell using Rileys, to sell using the Rileys and to buy using the dips, right? With this type of the event, trying to trade the breakout, it could be tricky. So in that case, if they will decide to go even lower than 2260, 2240, we have to wait to see the developments on the market. Then, on very short time frame, we can try to follow the move lower. That should be possible. I wouldn't say that's gonna be possible for sure once we are going to see the 1 minute candle of 200 pips to the downside. So that's gonna be tough to short it because of the stop loss order placement. But simply we have to be patient. We have to wait. Guys, if we are going to see, as I mentioned, euro dollar rally, then be sure that you've got the plan to sell the DAX in place as well. So if we are going to miss the rally on euro dollar, it could be possible we'll have a chance to sell the DAX on intraday basis just to grab few points, right? Because the rally on euro dollar, yes, I'm going to answer right now. The answer is why do I think about this type of the correlation? Because if we are going to see rally on euro dollar, means that Draghi disappoint the market at some point. Means that all those addicted players, all those addicted algos who are trying to trade long side only, addicted to quantitative easing, addicted to any form of support, right? I don't know. That could be any type of the flash crash. Have you seen the Apple flash crash a few days ago? Have you seen it? 7% down, bam. Any questions in regards to euro dollar? If there is something we should discuss more, or Euro yen. We do have sell order. We do have sell order, but it's not related to today's live trading room. There is two possible ways how to approach short side in Euro yen. I would say the first one is quite visible. Okay, there was an attempt to rally and base followed by strong sell-off. The higher one, it could be a bit tricky, right? That's the place where market showed the strength last time. All right, we based the move, and instead of continuation after the base, we simply made move lower, and we hit some stops under that place where market showed the strength last time, right? So that's quite an important development, and we never try to retest this. That could be the case, especially if you are going to see strong rally on euro dollar, right? So in both cases, pound USD, euro USD, the only thing against that trade, if we do believe that it's time to see some kind of the correction on yen crosses, right? Yeah. So the thing is that yen crosses may may stall the rally on euro dollar and pound USD, right? Because if the market will decide that they want to take the profit before the end of the year from the short yen side, right? And if the euro yen is gonna be the driver for euro dollar, not opposite, right? Then completely different story. Because the euro yen will dictate, the yen traders will dictate what market will do. And if there are going to be just few buyers of euro dollar, there is no way we are gonna see the rally there. We will see the strong move to the downside, but that may happen if Draghi will disappoint. And let's say non-farm payrolls tomorrow will disappoint. Guys, remember about the 25-year chart of dollar index. I've shown you few meetings before. We are there on the breakout on the 25-year chart, right? So the dollar bulls are we made it. We are right a bit above. So for dollar bulls, it's just the case to hold it. When for bears, it's just to fight to push it lower to try to negate this move. But we have discussed it a few times, guys. It's nothing special that we've seen this type of the dollar rally. Why? Because we just get back into the levels, pre-QE levels. There's nothing extraordinary. The thing is that we should be even, someone can argue that we should be even higher, mostly because of the QE action or something like QE action within the European Union, right? Not yet, but once we see the confirmation of this, let me show you daily, right? monthly. When we see the confirmation of this stop here, right? We are going to land at the bottom. So basically, mostly because no, Thomas, that this trend line is based on this low, I explained it before, and this low. That's it. So mostly because of this trend line and because of potential third touch somewhere later on, that's the monthly chart, guys. So I do believe we may see some another attempt to rally, and then finally to go, we may see something like closer to the line, rally, and then final development. But guys, that's the monthly chart. It's not going to happen tomorrow. So I don't want to tell you that we are going to hit parity at the beginning of 2015. Okay? But the move to the downside could be something similar, one-way ticket like we have seen here when we saw the rally. Right, we are at the top of the hour, 30 minutes left. Just a small reminder, guys, Mr. Draghi press conference, but also we are going to have weekly jobless claims out of US. So probably first we are going to see a tiny reaction into the data, and then we'll have to follow Draghi press conference. So let's clean the chart here. Let's get back to smaller time frame. All right. Yes, I'm gonna trade non-farm payers tomorrow. We do have since March, right? We do have something like this. We are doing ECB. We are covering ECB during the trading marathon in English language, and then we do trading marathon covering non-farm payrolls in Polish language. So, but if you need the link, just let me know. Yeah, we do have the trading marathon tomorrow in Polish language. Guys, the next week, in regards to live trading rooms, that's gonna be most probably last this year. I will try because I know that you may be busy before the Christmas. But we will try to make some workshop just to keep in touch before the Christmas or between the Christmas and the New Year event. So we will see, right? Because that's gonna be around 10-15th of December. the liquidity is gonna be lower. That's the time for market makers, for liquidity providers to earn some money, to keep bonuses in place, right? Plenty of possibilities to spike the market, to foolish the market, to trap the market, to stop hunting, whatever, right? If you feel comfortable with it, then go for it. Most probably I will make some trades for my own, but they're not gonna be published, right? But that's the best period of time. If you want to lose the money, that's the best period of time. Guys, there's nothing to do with euro right now, in my opinion, as we moved, I don't know, 16 pips. The same with pound. We are trying to go a bit deeper, so we are testing, or we're trying to test the bottom of the triangle we have here, right? So what do we need? What do we need? Other words, if you are a bull, what we would like to see, some stop hunting, maybe below this level. That's gonna be stop hunting of those long orders, right? Followed by some kind of the reversal. So means that at some point we would like to see some kind of the drop base rally, pullback rally, right? So we want to use the demand short term, on a short time frame, some demand base, demand level, to eventually join alongside. Magnus, no, it's not that easy, because once we see the breakdown and you want to trade a different way, and you want to trade the retest, right? You want to trade this type of the Riley base drop formation, all right? We are so close to the weekly zones and daily demand level base, or within the demand of weekly. So that could be tricky. You can try to grab a few pips. That could be, if that is correct, right? If that is correct, that should be around 80-90 pips. But it could be bumpy road, right? It's as we've discussed about the crude, right? 60 is possible, but not gonna be so easy. And there was a plenty of sellers at Monday open trapped immediately. Guys, there was the information, yes, and we have discussed it. There was the information about the huge commodity hedge fund liquidation. So one thing was OPEC. The second thing, it was eventually some kind of the margin call because of the lower prices in oil on all those commodities, like gold or silver. That could be that there was a position liquidation at the Sunday to Monday open. Okay. So as we have still some time, let's have a look on longer time frame on DAX. Oh, I don't have the That, oh, no history on that platform. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I'm not on my desktop today, so strange. But anyway, looks like daily at this time daily is enough. All right. So that's where we have to. That's where we have to be careful. Some kind of visible supply, but this time, what we would like to see is again some kind of this stop hunting first, the same as on as we discussed on gold, right? We want to see stop hunting here. We want to see on a short time from like 5-minute chart, Riley base drop below the place where market showed the strength, pull back into the new supply level, bam, to the downside. And it's possible if Mr. Draghi will disappoint the market. The other question is if there is possible at all that they will disappoint the market, or my colleague is saying, right, there is never-ending move to the upside. Once the central banks are involved and they are on a buy side of S&P 500, some of us forgot what the pullback on S&P is, real pullback. Too many guys trying to predict the top right now, so I would say we may see higher prices. But basically, from my analysis, there is a chance for, I'm not gonna say that we are going to collapse, but the healthy 10% would be great to see 2015 as another year of Riley, right? But guys, you cannot go straight way to the upside, because higher you go, faster and deeper you will fall, for sure. Pound Swiss franc, guys. As we discussed it. The thing is that we hit supply level, all right? We seen the pullback. The nearest demand is a bit lower, but the distance between the open here, yeah, I've explained already before. The distance between the open and stop to first possible demand, first visible demand, is lower than 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio. So I'm not interested. What I told you is to try to see and check if we can go deeper inside the zone to find some kind of the Riley base drop inside that zone and try to sell with tight stop towards the demand zone. Otherwise, as we discussed it, in the medium term, I see the possibility that we are gonna have higher prices on that cross. So I would rather look for buying opportunity right now. But intraday, if you want to trade, everything is almost perfect. The only thing I don't like it is there is no 1 to 3 risk reward ratio between here Yeah, we made the measure. There is a 1 to 2, so I don't want to take the risk here. As we are approaching, still 15 minutes, but what we can do, we are not gonna need pound, Swiss franc. We are not gonna need most probably euro, pound. What else? The rest could be quite useful. Let's leave it. So we just need few charts. No, Richard, no. Yes, I know that you are first time. No, it doesn't work like this. The purpose of the trading room is educational. I can't tell you buy here, sell it here, play stop here, blah blah blah. What we are doing here within the room, we've got the plan right now, both sides, long, short. If it's something long or short setup, if it's something you have with your own plan, or you came here to try to learn how to create the plan, then it's okay. Just make the paper trading. What I'm doing, if I'm buying or selling something, then I'm simply saying that I'm gonna buy at this level. It's up to you what you want to do. The best way is to make the paper trading, all right? And if there is a time, of course, just to show that my money are where my mouth is. So if there is a time at the end of the meeting or then on the website, I'm showing that I really did it. If it's not a busy, then of course it's possible. I'm gonna show you during the live trading as usual. So some guys here in the room can confirm it. Okay. Let me find it if any one of you would like to follow Mr. Draghi. Guys, as usual, if because I'm gonna follow Mr. Draghi, right? If there is anything disturbing you, most probably you are not gonna hear anything on my side from ECB press conference. It's what I think, as it didn't happen last time. That's the link if you want to follow. But anything disturbing you, just let me know. I will simply turn off the Draghi press conference. All right. Guys, one more time. What we're trying to do? We're trying to buy low, right? We're trying to buy low. We're trying to sell high. The breakouts doesn't work that well. They don't work that well as few years back, right? Right now, all those algo breakouts are the liquidity providers. Simply, they are providing the liquidity to the big guys, which can counter them very quickly, right? So simply, if there is a breakout, we are waiting for pullback. If there is a breakdown, we are waiting for bounce to join. We are trying to wait for the second chance from the market. We are not reacting immediately. We do prefer to wait for all the dust to go down to see the clear picture, right? So guys, it's possible that simply we will not make the trade, but during this type of the event, sometimes being without the position is the better position. Okay. Nothing unusual as of now. Ten minutes to go. Guys, we are going to stay live as long as we need it, right? But once, let's say, we done with one or two trades, we don't have to stay longer, right? Or if we are gonna be hit once or twice, then we can stay together longer live, but there is no reason to try to immediately recover one or two losses, right? Because that's the good way to be hit third time. Yes, Richard, on the YouTube channel, right? From the technical reason, we missed few updates of the last live trading rooms, but there is 100+ videos, half in Polish, half in English. And if I did any trade, if I did a trade, it was a losing trade, it's also there. There is. But one more time, that's my trades, right? The purpose of the live trading room is educational. What we're trying to do, we're trying to focus on the supply and demand levels, and that's it. And then, because it's very flexible strategy, right? Because it's very flexible strategy, that anyone can try to filter by himself or herself, right? What I mean by that, many mechanical systems, if you have, I don't know, if you are going and surf the net and you found the mechanical system, you want to buy it, you would expect the same results as the author of the mechanical system, right? Because you're waiting for simple, on the 15-minute chart, you are waiting for some kind, I don't know, moving average cross, stochastic cross, whatever, right? Then you would expect you should have the same performance. In my opinion, it's completely different when we are talking about supply and demand, right? Because the important thing is to know how to read this stuff, and then, right? Your view on the market could be to the upside, and you may want to use demand zones only to go long, right? My view could be to the downside. I may only use the supply zones, and our performance is gonna be completely different. That's only my opinion, right? That's why I think it's this type of the strategy is very flexible. I wouldn't say it's a crystal ball, because it's not. It's not. You have to put yourself also into the shoes of the market makers and liquidity providers, right? And you have to try to read what they have on their books. No, I'm not saying about the brokers, retail brokers, right? I'm saying about their liquidity providers. All right, Mr. Super Mario. Let's tell us what we don't know, right? Guys, remember that ECB made some changes in regards to their meetings. So one more time, important thing, let me remind you, the distance between today's meeting and the next is quite wide. So we assume Draghi will try to be as much dovish as he can, so that the initial reaction most probably might be to the downside. Of course, depends. Devil is in details, and depends what he will say. But if that's gonna be words only, I would say the downside could be limited to 2240, and we may immediately see that level, right? And if we will see strong profit taking once we hit 2260, 2240, that could tell us something, that market may be disappointed, and we are going to watch eventual pullback, the strength of the eventual pullback, right? And then we will decide if that's what we want to see when we want to go long. Otherwise, the first few words could spur profit taking on euro dollar towards 2380 or 80ish area. Then we want to see the sellers step in, and we would like to join the short side, right? Again, we are looking to buy the dip, we are looking to sell the rally. All right, guys. As we have still 3 minutes, I'm gonna show you something here on 15-minute chart. Pound yen, guys. That was the period of consolidation, and looks like market decided to go out of this box. If we are going to add that we have this strong supply based on the weekly chart here, that could tell us something in regards to pound yen, that we may want to go lower. Watch out for pound dollar around the bottom of this triangle here. Mostly I'm going focus on euro dollar and euro yen. DAX in addition, if I'm gonna miss the trade on euro dollar or euro yen. All right, guys, good luck. All right, the press conference, there is already voice from the press conference room. So guys, if you can confirm, if it's disturbing you, then I'm gonna to turn off. If it's something that you cannot hear, that's great. So I'm gonna leave it, and we'll follow Mr. Draghi that way. Cheers. Yeah, thank you. All right, so the movements right now most probably are because most of the bids and offer are already off the table. So we may see this kind of the movements, like bam 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 bam, and plus most probably, I don't know, most probably some algos. Gold's trying to go higher, guys. US initial jobless claims again below 300,000. Euro spiking. No, I'm not waiting with the order at 2370 or 80. No, no, no. I would like to see the price action there. So for sure the nearest stops on euro dollar are hit here, right? So we're trying to go out of this box. We may double it. So closer to our supply level. There you go, Mr. Draghi. How are you doing? Mr. Draghi asking if he can sit down now. All right. So guys, good luck. Okay, what we may see here. Boring right now because he's talking about the building where the right now. Of course, unchanged. Okay, asset-backed securities covered bonds are purchased. Now guys, be careful. Now guys, I'm looking to buy. We retested the bottom already in my opinion, guys. I'm looking to buy. Lower inflation, weaker GDP growth. It's all we know already. Guys, there are buyers here. There are buyers here, guys. Guys, move above. You want to belong. Unfortunately, the stop is white. I'm long, guys. I'm long euro dollar. We are within the supply area. Watch out DAX, guys. We hit supply level. We may see the pullback, guys. That's the huge profit taking, guys, going on. I'm staying long. My stop is on entry right now, guys. 34. If I'm gonna be stop out, guys, we are going to have a chance to see Riley based drop followed to retest of the base and continuation to the downside, right? Then we are going to still have both sides open. I'm closing my short Euro JPY at 148. The biggest shame is that the move to the downside was so quick. But that's how you trap sellers. That's the best way to trap the sellers. So the only way to join was the move above the top of the megaphone. The thing is that I was preparing to buy below 30, but unfortunately I've been filled at 34. I'm gonna to be stopped at entry level. I'm done already. Exactly, they stopped me almost to the point and they recovered. Watching, guys, watching right now. We shouldn't get back below and close below that level, guys. We shouldn't, if they want to go higher, we shouldn't get back lower. Further accommodation if needed. Guys, the same with pound. Move above, that could be Riley based Riley. Now to the upside, guys, you may want to buy here, right? But once we are going to hit 2317, you should be eventually out. And you have to ensure break even as soon as possible. We hit supply level at within the first approach. So it could be that we are going to go straight dead. level. So sellers, be careful here if we are going to retest it. If you are not short yet, and if you are short and sure that you are your stop is at entry. All right, the questions right now. Mr. Draghi is taking the questions. 7 weeks into the next meeting. I'm buying again with 20 pips stop. I'm securing here 17 pips, closing half position here, almost 1-to-1. Yes, my stop for the remaining is at entry level, guys. Euro higher, guys. I'm looking to sell DAX as well, but on a stronger rally towards 9,980. We are still within the supply zone, guys. We are within supply zone. Be careful, but we are safe. We took partial profit. We've got our stop at entry. So now our fingers crossed that we are going. Now we are huge bull fans. There you go. There you go. DAX on a strong sell-off, guys. That's 200 pips, 200 points already. Pound hits supply. Pound yen hits supply. Pound dollar could be on a rise, guys. But it's all related to euro. It's all related to euro, guys. That's mostly all about the euro, guys. That's where you want to be. Guys, my stop is at 23.49 offer for the remaining 50%. Guys, intraday target. Let's have a look. Guys, it's around 24.30. That's gonna give us 100 pips. We are risking 20. So for the 50%, we've got the chance to hit 1-to-5 risk reward ratio. For the second, 1-to-1. So altogether, we may have 1-to-3 risk reward ratio if we are going to hit 24.30, and it's where I'm gonna close eventually my position. Of course, I'm gonna work with my stop, right? So I'm gonna move my stop higher. We've got like 20 pips to the upside. My stop right now, I'm moving my stop 23.79 offer. Once we are going to hit 24.30, look for pullback towards 23.70, for example, and you can try to rebuy, guys. Guys, we are done faster than I thought. We are done faster than I thought. By done, I mean that we did good, right? First long stop at entry, second long, we secured quickly almost one-to-one profit, and we are fighting for a bit more. Any questions on different way, guys? What I would like to say, we did it again during the ECB, so I'm so happy. Yes, as I mentioned, if you are short, when you were short on the first attempt, as I mentioned, guys, we hit supply at once, right? We hit that supply with strong move. We hit the supply at once. So when we were here, I mentioned, ensure that your stop is at entry if you are short. And I mentioned that I took another long as long as we are above the megaphone. That's it. Guys, is it okay? Is it okay? How many of you were short? How many of you are long? Simply, we spent 2 hours before ECB. We discussed pound, then we discussed euro. The only thing is, the only shame, we should have much more. The only shame simply was we were unable to buy on dip. The move was so quick. I've been requoted. I've been requoted. $79 offer is my stop for remaining 50%. Guys, remember that we do have non-farm payrolls tomorrow. We may turn around by 180 degrees. We may try to sell tomorrow, guys. Guys, I'm taking the profit here, the rest profit here, 23.88. I'm done with the trade. I'm done with the trade. So we done, guys, right? We done. Any questions? That's typical event trade, typical event trade. So we are not going to fall in love with our position. Why did I close? All right, guys. I was targeting 24.29. At this point, it was like 18 to 20 pips to my target, right? So if I've seen 20 pips pullback, I don't want to stay in the market, right? 1-to-1, I was targeting from here 20, pullback 20. It's okay. If I'm targeting from that point, I'm targeting 20, and market is pulling back by the amount I'm targeting, there is no reason to hold this position. You got my point? Great, guys. All right, I can see that we've got 50-50 in regard to short and long, and two shorts were quickly stop and reversed. That's good. So you took your you were reversing that entry, right? All right, okay. Let me turn off Mr. Draghi. We don't need him anymore. Guys, any questions? Anything you want to ask? Any hesitation you've had? The entry, yes, the long entry was not that great. We should have much more. But for me personally, I've been requoted twice. And then we were at 23.50. Guys, are you okay? Was good again, or not everyone is happy? I know that shorts not necessarily are happy. But you should be done at your entry level. We discussed it when we were 40 pips lower or 30 pips lower. And I told you what I did. Any question, guys? I would like to, in regards to pound yen, I would like to see the price action later on, because if euro will skyrocketing, the pound USD may following, and the dollar yen may not fall that quickly. So we may see some kind of the breakout. So maybe wait for pound yen first to break that trend line at 88.20.30, and then pull back again below that line. That could be good entry. Guys, thank you very much for your time. Hopefully it was worth. Any question? If you want to ask me something and you prefer email, just send me an email, all right? Guys, yeah, that's simply, we were trying, the important thing is that we were trying, the most important thing, what we were trying to do was the capital preservation, right? So simply, it should be done within the first long, to be honest with you. It should be done within the first long. Anyway, market gave us the second chance, and we took it in full. Yeah, you are welcome, Thomas. Guys, thank you very much. Have a great day. Don't be trapped later on. One more time, guys. That was typical news event trade. We've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow, and market may want to try to turn around by 120 degrees. Even more, we may see tomorrow new low on euro dollar and then strong rally if non-farm payrolls disappoint. Great, Carol. Perfecto. I'm glad. Nice. I would say that tomorrow there are going to be plenty of opportunities again. Great, guys. So with some of you, I'm going to have a pleasure to meet tomorrow during Polish Live Trading Room covering non-farm payrolls. Of course, update about the meeting next week meetings over the weekend. Please, guys, if you are good for a day, then don't chase the market for more, because market will get back and will try to take it from you. All right? Enjoy your afternoon, guys. Have a great afternoon. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.